From the Green Room Studios at Bates Nursery in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Gardening Inside Out, a podcast with highlights from our Saturday morning live show, answering all your gardening questions, giving you plant advice for any space in your life. Let's start the show.
Hey, y'all, it's Caroline Gant.
Hey, y'all, it's Austin Lowen.
And Tyler Blankenship.
And what a gross day.
I thought you were going to say great.
Nope.
It's
Starting
not
off
that
with gross.
bad. It's kind of warm outside.
It's raining and annoying.
Yeah, but I'm still just in a light jacket.
That jacket's bigger than light.
It's like
It's a poofy one.
it's not that poofy.
It's a little poofy.
It's a thin one.
Okay.
And I'm in a short sleeve tee underneath. And when I got here watering at 6:30 a.m.,
Yeah.
I was in my t-shirt.
You are in a greenhouse. It gets much warmer in there. I just meant the rain. The rain is gross. It's getting colder. I know it's not that bad yet, but it's getting there.
I know our listeners know how much you hate the rain.
They do. So I'm just reiterating. Okay. But anyway, Tyler, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Austin. I'm getting ready for the PIC-TN conference that's coming up in Lebanon, Tennessee. Earth Mix is going to be there. We're going to have a table. We're going to be showing samples. It's a statewide event, and I'm super excited about it.
Yeah.
Cool.
That is very exciting.
It is.
Pick
Yeah.
Tennessee products.
Y'all go on and get there.
Oh,
See
yeah.
Tyler.
That's right. PICTNconference.com if you want to attend. It's Thursday and Friday that we'll be there, but it also stretches into Saturday. There's an expo, there's speakers, and then there's going to be educational sessions. So it looks like a good time. I think this is the first year that they're doing it really big, and we thought, you know what, let's jump on this.
Well, you say it's in Lebanon?
Yeah.
Lebanon, about, 30 minutes outside of the city or so?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's at
Not a bad drive.
the Ag Center, the Farm Bureau Ag Center out there.
Okay.
So that's my first time that I'll be out there
Yeah.
for that.
Well, cool.
You know what else is in Lebanon?
What?
Junipers. They just said it.
That's right. The Cedars of
The
Lebanon.
cedars of Lebanon.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only plant life that lives in Lebanon.
All they got.
No, I'm just kidding. But that is a lot out there. Reason is that Lebanon is like literally on top of a rock. And what lives on top of rocks very well? Junipers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Our eastern red cedars.
Yeah,
That's
you'll see them growing out of like the limestone on the interstate where they've blasted through, and they're just growing out of the side.
It's incredible.
It's crazy.
Don't know of hardly any plants that can literally do that. I mean, like to know soil.
Yeah.
I've even read before junipers prefer poor soils. Mm-hmm. That's weird.
My parents on their property, they have like a grove of juniper, and there's no other trees that grow right there because it's all just rock, and they're so healthy and giant and beautiful.
Mm-hmm. I think we need to let people know, I guess. We keep saying juniper and then we keep saying cedar. Mm-hmm. Okay, cedar is a common name that we use, y'all. They're technically junipers, our eastern red cedars. Once again, common name. Juniperus virginiana is the botanical name, and those are junipers. There are true cedars out there, but their genus is Cedrus.
Yep.
There you go.
And
Pretty
they're referring to Lebanon cedar, which is a cedrus.
There is one. Yes, it's Cedrus lebanii
Yeah.
is the botanical name. And yes, that is the technical, cedar of Lebanon.
Yes.
Lebanon.
But it just happens to be there's a Lebanon, Tennessee,
Yes.
and there's junipers that are referred to as
This
cedars.
is also
It's-
That all got very confusing
Oh,
once we
God.
brought that.
I hope y'all are still with us.
I'm with it.
Okay.
It's just funny. I love the association there. You know, it's kind of like alliteration or something.
Yeah. Well, the thing about juniper is that's a very large genus. Okay. So there's a lot of species within that genus of juniper. When it comes to cedrus, true cedars, there's only four true cedar species on the planet. We
Really?
sell 3 of them. Yeah. Blue Atlas cedar, deodar cedar, another cedar.
What's the one we don't sell?
We don't sell the Lebania, the
Lebanon.
Lebanon, the cedar of Lebanon. We don't really, that one doesn't live very well here.
Yeah. So that makes sense why we don't sell it.
It's kind of more mountainy that it likes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, there you go. There's your little cedar
Fun
juniper
fact
lesson.
today. This is kind of like the lesson you give us that y'all are going to hear later on in the broadcast
Oh, yeah?
for your segment this
yeah.
last week.
What did I talk about? I forget. What was it?
I'm not going to give it away.
All right, fine. I'll listen to the podcast later. Oh, hey, speaking of something cool, you showed us a picture of something at your house the other day, Caroline.
Oh, I did. I sent you guys a picture of, for one, I sent you 2, I think. The first one was my American witch hazel is in full bloom. And I didn't notice it because it always holds its leaves basically until the spring and it starts to push out new ones. Mm-hmm. And the blooms on that are not quite as showy, but I do love that one. I kind of want one more. So I didn't notice that it was in full bloom until I walked over because on the show we were talking about blast blooms, and I was like, I wonder if any of mine are open. All of them are open.
Yeah. Kind of annoys me whenever plants keep their leaves like that.
Yeah,
I told you
it's not
what
like
to do.
you can just knock it off.
No.
They're on there.
Yeah. You
And
got to strip them off.
I'm gonna leave them.
No, don't leaf them.
I'm gonna leaf them.
You
The
don't
leaves
leaf 'em.
the leaves
Ooh.
are staying.
I want you to go home and strip every leaf off so we can see them blooms. Otherwise, we're going to miss it for the year, man.
That's true. They're so small you can't even really see them from far away.
So that plant blooms and then it pushes off the old leaves when the
Yeah.
new leaves push out.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then pulmonaria was my other plant that's blooming. Y'all, I didn't even know that it was blooming. And I was walking down my driveway, and it's right by my sidewalk. So I look at it quite often. I would say every day. And I looked at it and I was like, look at all this new growth at the top. It had just, because of the warm weather we had for a few days, it had just pushed all the buds like up above the foliage. And then it was blooming.
Yeah. I'll tell you guys, if you don't know what pulmonaria is, like Google it right now and look at it, because it's a really pretty, it's an interesting plant, you know, like you said, like it's blooming right now, which is extremely odd. It's got really cool, like white speckles all over the leaves, which is kind of interesting. And then it blooms blue and pink on the same plant,
It's
which I'm
so
very
pretty.
confused by.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mother-in-law grows it at her house, and I've been watching it for years, and I'm like, man, what an interesting little kind of shade-loving-ish perennial.
It's
pretty.
great. And we said that at the same time.
It's great.
Oh, amazing.
Cute.
I had heard some people tell me it was a terrible plant here. They were like, don't plant that. It's just gross. It's yuck. It was not you. I used the word yuck. They didn't use that one. And I decided to give it a try because you had talked about your mother-in-laws. And I mean, when we get them in, they're so pretty. Not only are the leaves pretty with the white that's on them, but those blooms are insane.
Yeah.
There's nothing else like them. And y'all, this has outperformed all of my hosta and heuchera that are in the same bed.
Yeah.
It like tripled in size. I planted it in the summer.
Yeah.
And you guys all know how hot it was this summer and dry. I didn't even water it. I watered it when I planted it in, and that was it. Now, granted, this is a spot that stays fairly moist, and it is in full shade until the winter when the leaves fall off the trees, but it's living its best life. It's still green.
I mean, I'm all about it. I think it's an interesting plant. It really gives you a long season of plant to look at, more so than most perennials. So pulmonaria, y'all, give it a go.
Give it a go.
I
You do
think
it.
so.
Yeah. Tyler, you're all so quiet over there.
Oh, well, I'm being notified like crazy. Because when we record, we've had a couple of rough starts this morning.
I'll say.
But no, I'm absorbing all this information. Also thinking about how the color of those blooms of pulmonaria remind me of some of the bloom colors of the big leaf hydrangeas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very,
They're
very
kind
similar.
of purpley, pinkish. And it would be cool maybe. I don't think, did they bloom at the same time though?
No.
No.
Yeah. But it'd be kind of cool to tuck a couple of those in foliage-wise.
Yeah.
In between some big leaf plantings.
Yeah.
I was kind of imagining that in my head, how that would look.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If
see
you're
that.
into pink, purple, blue,
Yeah.
definitely do
Who's
it.
not?
It's a bit punchy.
I mean,
it like the blooms are
hate it.
tiny-ish, but punchy. And I love that.
Fruit punch.
Fruit punch.
Yeah.
So pretty.
Uh-huh. Speaking of a punch,
Uh-oh.
Yes, sir.
Where's he going
now,
with this?
I don't know. That was not a great segue.
You
We
didn't
got
have
punched in the face with a truck today. It's 2 trucks today. I don't know why I said that.
You said that, but one of those trucks is waiting for you to be done recording.
I know. It's a whole bunch of trees we got to get off that trailer, and I'm in here.
He's so excited.
It's fine. Yes, I do love getting new trees in, but we also got a new little perennial truck in today. Not a lot, but kind of the first little start. We got some early blooming kind of things. Some of those, early ones you're thinking of, creeping phlox, candy tuft. I love me some candy tuft.
I love candy tuft.
It's nice. It's really nice.
Hellebores, right?
We got a bunch of hellebore, and
I'm
they're
going to
in
have to take
full
me a
bloom.
walk back there.
Yeah, it all looks pretty good. Shout out Riverbend Nurseries. Y'all are always doing a good job growing those perennials.
And confirm this with me. We got pansies.
We did get some more pansies, yes. If you need to throw some pansies in because yours look like trash, like
Are
me.
you didn't even let me ask you.
You knew.
You
You knew. Jinx Peach Poke. Jeez.
Jinx peach poke? I think that's
peaches
new.
and pokes. Peaches and poke salad. Uh-huh. Wow.
Oh, speaking of that,
What?
speaking of poke, you know how we were talking about the roots? You let yours grow up and you were like, it's beautiful, Caroline. And I was like, just wait until you have to dig that up when it keeps on going.
Yeah.
I dug one up that had been by my porch for a year, and I meant to get a picture to send to you guys. It's still laying in the yard. I mean, it's this big around. How big is that?
That's about the size of a tennis ball.
And like
Baseball.
this
almost.
long, and I cut it off because I couldn't dig all the way down to the depths of the earth.
Yeah.
3D.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And it was a hard dig.
thanks.
It's crazy. I'll send you a picture. I'll find it in my yard when I get home and send you a photo of it. But yeah, that plant, those roots, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, I'm not digging that poke salad up. That's going to be with me for life.
Forever.
I haven't even cut it down yet. It's up and brown and awful looking.
Yeah, they look terrible.
in the winter, they look real bad. But it
I
was
can't
so
believe
pretty
you've
this
left it up.
spring. Yeah, why not?
I wonder what a champion poke tree looks like.
It probably looks like mine. Yeah,
Love
Champion poke tree.
it's a champion poke.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Maybe yours will be even bigger this year.
I hope so. One can hope. One can
Yeah.
dream.
It'll come back from the same roots, so I bet it will be.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how that goes.
It'll be beautiful and stunning.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I've got some other goodies if you guys want to hear about stats about this very podcast that you're listening to.
hey, let stat it up,
Send
man.
it.
We're starting the new year, you know, and
Yeah.
so I'm looking back on how everything went last year, and I want to thank everybody. We had some really consistent and great listeners throughout the year, and we noticed that when you found the podcast, you started listening back, and that's really cool because we're creating a chronological record of the seasons of what's in bloom and what things to be looking at for this time of year. So week by week, right? So one of the most curious discoveries was where you're listening to us. And Germany and Canada actually rank underneath the United States in terms of locations, as well as the United Kingdom and Australia. And I'm talking double digits, not singles in terms of listeners, at least for the last 10 episodes. So people around the world who are listening to this podcast, thank you. We hope you're getting the realm of the weather and the biology that's growing around here in Nashville and Middle Tennessee writ large.
That is very interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
The Germans and the Canadians.
They love us.
Shout out, y'all, from across the way.
From across the way.
Well, I guess Canada's just across the line.
I used to be able to sing the
It's just
Dr.
up there.
Pepper song in German. I was also German club president in high school.
Ooh.
But I don't remember hardly any.
Can you
I
at
know.
least just say hello in German?
Uh,
Do it for the.
now I can't
For the
even.
listeners.
You've put me on the spot.
Come
I
on,
can't
man.
remember it.
Remember go back to high school.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Tag. I think that's good day.
Good
Guten
day.
Morgen would be good morning.
It works.
And definitely Danke, right? Danke
Is thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
for listening.
Yes. Our German's great.
It is wonderful.
I know, right?
I will say the Germans know how to grow plants. That's for sure. They've been doing it a long time, and they're good at that. They
Yeah.
really are. Canada, they grow a lot of stuff up there too. You know what's funny? You go to the grocery store and you buy like tomatoes that are like really ripe and delicious. They're grown in Canada. Isn't that funny?
Really?
Yeah,
know
tomatoes
that.
like loving it as hot as they can be.
Oh, yeah.
But then you start to look at them, and a lot of tomatoes you get this time of year are greenhouse grown in Canada.
But they're usually called hothouse tomatoes, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think they let them ripen a little longer than most of the time because you know how tomatoes are in the store. They're not good. Like, not
no,
good.
I don't usually buy tomatoes in the store.
But the ones from Canada that come down here, like, they got good flavor. I like
So we should look for a sticker that says Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try that.
You have to.
And I'll see. And I'll let you know what I think about that.
It's kind of a joke, like in my family / my wife and stuff, like whenever they have any sorts of produce, whether they got bananas, tomatoes, green beans, whatever you're buying, I'm always like, where was that grown? And everybody's like, I don't know. I didn't look where it was grown. I just picked it up and threw it in the cart. And I'm like, come on now.
You've got to see where it's
I
grown.
got to see where you grow it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can almost tell the what's happening in the region too by the way that the fruit looks when it comes in the store. You know, like whether it's been stressed or if there's certain conditions that it even affects the flavor too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But I got to know too.
Yeah.
I love looking at that.
We've turned into a produce podcast today.
Hey, man, produce
Ain't
is.
talking about
it's-
birds. We're
Where does
talking about
produce come from, Caroline?
Plant related.
Come on, man. Yeah.
And I specifically seek out Mexican avocado because I noticed that in winter, sometimes avocado can get stringy. Have you ever gotten an avocado and chopped it and it's got little strings in it? So I care about the quality of my produce and where the avocado trees are located.
I agree.
I agree. Yeah.
Well,
Well, are you ready to get to that tree truck?
I kinda
You're
need to.
itching to
He
unload
is
those
itching.
trees.
I'm antsy.
See what you're going to buy. You're not buying a tree.
Nah, probably not.
Probably not.
No.
But
I
maybe
did
there's some cool ones on there.
Oh, there should be some.
Listeners, y'all come out and say, Austin, what cool trees came off that truck?
Mm-hmm.
I might need to take a look at them.
I'll show you.
Yes,
Show
you
you all
will.
them trees.
Yeah,
We will.
And let's show you this week's broadcast, everybody.
Yeah, let's
it's
do it.
time to get on into it. The three of us were here, as well as Josh Carey and David Bates.
Enjoy. We had a big work week this week because the weather was so nice. So we were
Lot of
able to
pottery.
do a lot of pottery outside. We did a lot of woodworking outside. We built some tables yesterday down with Bridget and Rachel. Shout out to y'all for throwing those tables together. They did great. I was just the cut man. I just cut all the wood for them, and they just slapped those tables together. We
They
built
did.
6 yesterday.
That's the best job on the. That's the best job.
The cut man?
Yeah, the cut guy.
I like cutting stuff. So
Okay.
that was fun.
Because
So
you can
Celeste-
always blame it on the other guy and say, you didn't measure it right.
yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
But no, so down in
I've
the
cut this 3 times and it's still too short.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So Celeste down in the shade department, down in perennials, she has 6 new tables because hers were falling apart.
They were bad.
They were bad.
We tried to sit on them one day for the no down when we were doing it. We were like,
Almost
let's sit up
broke 'em.
here with the plants. And you went down.
Not all the way.
You fell
down.
all the way to the
No,
floor
I didn't.
and into a puddle. It was crazy.
It's not true.
And
They're
speaking
film?
of the
Talk
no
about
down,
lies.
shout out to Sarah Bates made an appearance this week.
She
did,
did.
and
Throwing
Alicia.
bags of dirt at the customers and stuff, man.
So
Toss it, I'd say.
That was funny, Tyler. You did a good job with that
Mm-hmm.
video because we got a really good kind of promotion going on right now.
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll hear lots more about that soon.
It's a really fun one. I'd say it's the most fun one we've had.
I think it is.
Yes.
It's exciting.
Yeah,
It
is.
Y'all are going to hear about it soon.
well, it takes a little more to get people's interest sustained because it is winter and a lot of people the natural inclination is just to what it's winter. I can't do anything, and that's not true.
No.
So we invite you to come out and see us.
come out and say hi.
Yep.
But yeah, we've just been doing a lot around the nursery.
Yeah.
Kind of
This is
everything.
our time of
That's
year
what
to.
winter's all about.
Projects.
Yes, because when spring hits, it hits, and
There's no time for projects.
you got to be ready.
Like
whenever
drinking
that
out of a fire
I
hose.
got
is
one
what I'm telling
project
you.
I
Yes,
want to
baby.
ask Austin about directly on the air. Did y'all have any success in getting that roof on that structure down there this week?
We got the frame all built, which is pretty cool. We got this big hoop, y'all, big hoop house that we're trying to cover with tin. A tin roof, so we had to frame it with wood on this curved structure, which was a little bit weird to think about, but we did it. And shout out to the guys who helped out with that, Pedro Abelardo, Juan, who was there with us the whole time. And we got it up, David. It looks really good. I'm actually very proud of how it turned out. So it looks cool. And
Yeah,
on
that-
Tuesday, we're going to start the process of the tin. So hopefully that goes up nicely.
Yeah, and for what it's worth to those who may have interest, we produce biochar now, and so we need to have a covered structure that's non-flammable. And the tin is decidedly more resilient to that than any kind of a poly surface. So, yeah, I know DC and Dan are looking forward to having that covered structure where they can work through the drizzle and whatever else and not be getting soaked.
Work slow. Lots
Yeah.
of screws.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, okay. Work
It's going
slow.
to be lots of screws.
Yeah, y'all are up high.
Yeah, but that's okay. It's fun. Gives us
Which is
something
fun
to do.
because we can see you guys while you're working from all the way across the lot.
Yeah,
So we
20
can
foot
make
up in
sure you're
there.
nice and safe.
Yeah.
We're getting some comments in already. Pam says projects are happening at our house too.
Hey, Pam. It's that time of year.
It is that time of year. I actually got out in my yard and planted stuff on Monday because it was so nice.
Yeah.
So we're all doing a few projects here and there. Well, I guess we're ready to dive into questions, y'all.
Let's do
Let's
it.
do it.
So we got a few questions on basically blast bloom. Since the weather is warm, people are asking about that. So let's start with thoughts on flowering trees blooming now because of the unseasonably warm weather.
Enjoy it.
I mean, yeah,
Enjoy it,
kind of, because
yes.
what you going to do? There's been people have asked this as well. And, yeah, you're going to see some blooms. And like you said, Josh, enjoy it right now. You're not going to see probably as many in the spring, but you're not. I mean, it's just a little blast bloom. It's not like all of them. It's not like our cherries are fully covered in blooms. They might be throwing a few here and there. I know Caroline brought in some winter jasmine yesterday. We had some on the lot that are blooming. That's what you see in the background back here. She'll tell you about that later. But there's one, you noticed one the other day on your drive home. You said that was
On
like
my drive home,
really
full-
blooming.
Yeah, it's probably been planted there. There's no telling how long. It's massive, but it was in full bloom, just covered in blooms, yellow. I love that plant.
Well, I mean, and we were talking about this yesterday. I mean, the plant is called winter jasmine.
Yeah.
So it's in the winter, it does bloom, which this is a little bit early, I feel like. Usually in January is not really the time, but it all depends on our mother and what kind of weather she's bringing us. So
That's right. And we can't stop our stuff from blooming.
No.
It's not like you can put a AC on it
Yeah, exactly. So
in a little tent and keep it really cold.
yeah, I think
guess you
Josh's
could.
advice is the best. Just enjoy the blooms you got now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the AC, as we already mentioned, is coming this week.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it's not like this is going to continue. It's an aberration. It's not the new reality. So stay tuned, and we'll let you know if the forecast actually has merit to it or not. But chances are things are going to cool back down, and it's not severely erupt. So the plants will naturally go back into that state of dormancy that they should be in this time of year.
Well, one of my favorite things in the world is daffodils with blooms and snow on the ground at the same time.
Yes,
That's cute.
it is cute.
They always put their little heads down.
They're cold.
They're like burr.
Yeah.
Mm. So we do have a more specific question about it. My dogwood is already budding out, so it doesn't sound like it's blooming. It's just the buds. Is this weather going to kill our chance of spring flowers?
No.
No.
I
No,
mean,
it's not.
all of my spring bloomers are budded right now.
Yes, I mean, and this is totally natural. I mean, this is when the buds start to swell a little bit. I mean, just a little bit. They're not crazy. Although this year it's been warmer in January, so they're probably swelling a little bit more than what you're used to. I know we've got some dogwoods on the lot right now that I've noticed the buds are really getting pretty chunky.
Yeah.
I doubt they're going to open, but like I said earlier, if you see 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 here and there, that's not going to. I mean, that's your little bitty show before the grand show. Okay. So just wait it out. Those buds are
Your
swelling.
pre-show.
Your pre-show.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
Wait till what's in room this year. Today. I
Today.
mean, yeah, buddy. I
Yeah,
mean,
you see our theme a little bit. It's a little
Yeah.
loose, but we've got
Okay.
one. Joyce is saying, I saw forsythia trying to bloom, and Alita says, I have a crocus in bloom.
I believe that with your crocus.
Yep.
Yeah. Crocus definitely loves it chilly.
And then Risha is asking, is it
Rish.
a good time to use dormant oil on crepe myrtle?
What time is it?
Well,
It's not quite that time.
No. You
It's
got to wait
dormancy.
till after the show, Reach. Come on.
Yeah, wait till after the show. But yes, dormant oil, hence the name. We are in true dormancy right now. So yeah, getting that
Absolutely.
dormant oil out on those deciduous trees, especially fruit trees if you've got them. And crepe myrtle's a great one too because it does overwinter some pests. And crepe myrtles are well known to overwinter those pests, especially crepe myrtle bark scale, which is kind of nasty. So put that dormant oil on. It's a great time to do it.
Yeah, the weather's going to be perfect for it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is.
Just smother them.
Yeah.
And they don't call it dormant oil accidentally.
Yeah.
This is the dormant season, so apply. And the great thing about dormant oil is that it's very safe. You know, there are some chemicals that are much more harsh in nature and much more toxic. You know, sometimes we refer to it as it kills on both ends. You know, you don't want to be using those.
Right.
Dormant oil is a paraffinic oil that simply coats and smothers. And because of that, it's very safe to use. So you can apply it without concerns. If you get a little on you, it's not a big deal. You know, you should always avoid that.
Yeah. Don't
But
spray
it's
it on the
just-
dog. Don't put it on the dog. No.
No.
Have you done that, Josh?
No, I mean I've heard people try that to get rid of the
for
fleas,
things
but it
such-
Really?
doesn't work. No, not really.
Yeah,
I'm
for
lying
things
again.
such as mealybugs and scale, it's the bomb, particularly this time of year.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
All right. And we've got a comment on YouTube saying, I saw a huge mass of forsythia in fall bloom. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. Full bloom this week at Centennial Dog Park.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Are we
stuff
sure
is-
though? Are we sure it was forsythia or was it winter jasmine? They look very similar.
That's what
I
I
have
thought
not
too.
actually seen a forsythia yet in bloom. Now I don't go into the
Yeah.
city very much. It's a lot warmer
You
there.
never go into the city.
Good
Let's
point.
be honest.
I
here.
really don't. But I have not seen a forsythia yet. I have seen winter jasmine, so I'm wondering if that's what you're seeing instead of forsythia.
Possibly.
And it
Get us a
is
picture.
not unusual, you know, in a microclimate of the inner city that you get some differentiation between blooming things. But I'm inclined to agree with you, Austin. I haven't seen forsythia pushing just yet. We haven't had that much warm weather. There could be a few. If it's fully in bloom, it has to be winter jasmine.
I would assume. And the way he worded it with a huge mass, like forsythia does make a huge mass too. It certainly can. Like I'm not saying it's not forsythia, but when you say huge mass, winter jasmine definitely is a huge mass. I mean, like that's the word.
It's like a chunky little,
It's a-
very close. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mass. That's for sure. So I don't know.
And
Like I
if you
said,
see
get us a
green-
picture.
If you
Yeah.
see green stems, that's a dead giveaway that it is indeed winter jasmine because forsythia does not have green stems.
Nope.
Corey, if you can, email gardeninginsideout@gmail.com. if you have a photo.
If you do. I actually have a date to bring my dog to that dog park soon with a friend, so I can take a look when I'm there.
Hey.
Weird. I haven't been to that dog park in years since I moved out of Nashville.
Do they have a fragrance?
Winter jasmine?
Yes.
I don't think so.
It's not like knock you down or anything.
Okay.
If you get right up on it,
Smell
maybe.
yeah.
I've never smelled winter jasmine. I don't know.
Good question, Josh. Josh, get up and go smell the flowers.
David's closer.
Yeah, David, go ahead. All right, we have a live question in from Mary. Mary says, is
Mary.
forsythia a good shrub for a creek bank? Looking for some spring color that will look like it was meant to be there.
I don't really see why not. I mean, I don't know of like forsythia being
over, so.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's like extremely wet all the time. You might see some issues with that, although forsythia is a very forgiving shrub. I mean, good Lord, once you've got it, you've kind of got it.
Forever.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of do. So I don't see why that'd be a bad idea. It's your, it's kind of that
50-year-old one in my yard.
Is it massive?
No,
it's not?
No, not anymore.
Did you?
I know why.
Not anymore.
Got to take it back. There's this huge stand. Go ahead,
I
Dave.
kind of visualize maybe forsythia in the background, away from the little creek, and maybe winter jasmine down front, because they really are the more ground
Showy.
coverish of the two.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have yellow for an extended period of time that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I mean, Father Gila would be a good one if it is wet, and you'll get those cute little spring blooms, not as vibrant as forsythia.
Because the forsythia is great for 2 weeks a year, right?
And then otherwise, you'd never even notice it.
You're never going to see it there.
Unless it's giant. Or were you going to talk about that one on Old Clarksville Pike?
Yeah.
That's like the size of a house.
It truly is. It's like made to stand, like I was saying earlier. Like forsythia has this really cool way of if the stems kind of arch as they gets big, they arch and they can touch the ground. Well, if they touch the ground, they will root at that spot and they'll make a whole new spot.
Yeah, they will.
So they do produce a big mass. And that one you're talking about that's real close to my high school, shout out Sycamore, Sycamore High School. But anyway, right next to that, there's a massive stand of forsythia, and when it's in bloom, it is the showstopper of that road.
Yep.
Yeah, it's insane. It's huge.
Gardening Inside Out is brought to you by Earth Mix Garden Products, creating regionally sourced high-quality soil blends and amendments for the sustainable-minded gardener. Fall and winter are great times to plant in the Southeast, and Earth Mix can help you with Landscape Soil Conditioner. Mix Landscape with your native soil to feed all winter long. Added mycorrhizal fungi help your plants get established faster and increase hardiness through the year ahead. Visit earthmix.net for more information and retailers near you. Remember, success begins at the ground level when you use Earth Mix Garden Products.
Report, it's all in his head.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. It's in my head. You know what's in my head this week? And that's going to be something that's very important with all gardeners, and that's going to be timing. Okay? My wife got me a new watch for Christmas, okay? I've never been a watch guy, but I kind of like it. I'm trying it out. I've never worn one ever before, but it tracks my steps. I really like that. So I thought timing is a good thing to talk about it. And we're going specifically with pruning with timing, okay? It's a good time to prune some things. It's a bad time to prune some things, okay? So let's just get into that a little bit. Some things that we kind of want to avoid pruning right now in January. And that's going to be forsythia. That's on the list. Where at first, though, let's go to our broadleaf evergreens. So let's talk about those boxwoods, those hollies, euonymus, yews, arborvitae, juniper, and laurels. Let's talk about some of those if you've got them, okay? Let's try to avoid pruning those yet, okay? We are going to get those back in check before spring, but like I've said many a times, if we make any cuts right now, we have to wait a long time, and we have to see those cuts through the wintertime. It's fairly unattractive after you do that with the evergreens, so let's avoid that. Maybe next month about this time, we'll be talking a little bit more about getting those in check, okay?
We'll remind you.
Yeah, and additionally on that point, as far as not trimming those broadleaf items right now, it's not impossible at all. We could have some severely cold weather. When you get that, you're going to get tip dieback. And when you trim them too early, it kills from the tips back down. And if you do that too soon, you're going to likely need to trim them further. So just wait.
Yep. And there's a number of things too, especially deciduous things. Not all these are deciduous, but there's a lot of deciduous things that we do prune this time of year, okay? But some of these are not some of those plants we want to prune right now. Your azaleas, your rhododendrons, those are all full bud. We've got one in the studio today just budded up like crazy. Do not want to do any pruning on those. Your eastern snowball bush, your viburnums, y'all. I know they get big. They're probably very big on you. You probably want to cut them. Let's leave those alone until they bloom. They're showstoppers in the spring. Don't do any cutting quite yet. After they bloom, you can get in there and do it. Like David said, your forsythia, your quince, like Caroline mentioned earlier, your father Gila, that thing blooms really early, and those are probably, might even be throwing a few blast blooms right now or getting close to it, so let's avoid pruning those. When it comes to your deciduous trees, your dogwoods, your redbuds, your cherries, those are all three of our most beautiful spring flowering trees. Try to avoid doing any major pruning on those because you're going to really lessen that show, so let them bloom. It's going to be great. All right, so let's talk about some of those things we do want to prune right now, and this is deciduous plants, shrubs, trees, whatever. Your hydrangeas, what we have to start with, and this is going to be mainly your panicles, so like your limelight styles or your Annabelle style hydrangeas. If you don't like the look of them, do you have to prune them now? No. If you like the old spent blooms, you can leave them up, but if you're tired of them, get those back in check. It's a good idea to get those really cut back right now because they're growing machines. Let's think about that. Everyone has hydrangea and everyone has questions on them. Let's go ahead and get those back in check. All right. Your perennial hibiscus, y'all, that's got old sticks that are up. It is not going to come back from those sticks at all. Those sticks are ugly. You may as well cut it to the dirt. It's time to do that. Does not matter. Rose of Sharon, that's another type of hibiscus. Those have a way of getting out of bounds on you. They can get pretty large pretty quick. If you need to cut those back, let's go ahead and do it. They bloom in the summer, so you're not going to hurt anything by cutting them now. Rose of Sharon, real good. Speaking of roses, it's time to get those back in check. No reason not to prune those. They're fully dormant at the moment. Let's keep those nice green canes. Let's remove some of those old ones, and let's get it nice and open and airy. So get the roses taken care of. Crepe myrtles, those can certainly be pruned this time of year. They bloom about the same time as your Rose of Sharon in the dead of the summer, so you're not hurting anything. Get your crepe myrtles back in check and get ready because they're not fun to cut. They've got really hard wood, and they hurt your hands.
Yes.
I don't like pruning crepe myrtles, but it is nice to get them back. All right. Let's see. If you're lucky enough to grow Sun King Aurelia, I have that at the house, and I've noticed its old ugly sticks are really, really ugly. They don't look good. They do not come back from the stems. They come back from the ground. Get those, clear cut them to the ground. What a beautiful plant. If you're not growing it, you should. And then, hey, shout out Bridge, your grasses, only if you want to. You know, some people hate the look of grasses. I've noticed as I was driving in today thinking about this, a lot of grasses are still up. A lot of grasses are already cut. Does not matter. If you like the grasses up, leave them up. If you feel like you want to cut them, go ahead and do it. You're not hurting anything if you do that. And then a couple of the biggest ones, your fruit trees. Really need to get your fruit trees back in check. Y'all get online, get on YouTube, find some good videos on how to prune your fruit trees properly. It is majorly helpful for you to get fruit. Yes, I know all these fruit trees bloom early in the spring. You're going to lessen your flower production, okay? But you're also going to lessen some of that fruit. Not a bad idea, especially with things like peaches. Almost, if you have too many, it gets too heavy. We really need to get pruning on our fruit trees, really open it up, get a lot of airflow in the center of those plants. Like I said, do some research on that. Do the pruning on the fruit trees. And then one of my favorites, probably the favorite that I do this on the side a little bit for people, and that's pruning your Japanese maples, y'all. It is that time of year. January is a great time to get those maples back in check. Get any dead wood out of there first. Get anything crisscrossing that we don't want rubbing on each other, and then let's open that up a little bit. Whenever you open up a plant a little and you start to pick stems here and there, typically you need to shorten a little bit as well. So let's go ahead and shorten. But Japanese maples, you can really get artistic with those, y'all. It's really fun. Get in there and just take some time with it. It's a slow process, but get in there, get some of those limbs out, keep some of those funky ones that you want to keep, get that nice shape going, and your plants will thank you. Mm-hmm. And I thank you for the time. Appreciate it.
What about witch hazel?
For the time. Hey, I did that. It came back around. Did you notice that?
Oh, did you plan that?
Negative. That just came out. Got lucky.
Hey, also, I have two comments of what you just said, and they're reinforcing comments. Well, one is anyway. It's not against you. It's just I have a 40-year resentment that's not even there anymore. But the state of Tennessee, along Interstate 440, for a lot of years, there were quince and forsythia planted down the median, and without fail, they would go through there and cut those back to the ground.
Every year.
Every February.
Yeah.
Right before they flower. It used to just incense me, but those plants don't exist anymore.
Made
there
you
are
smell?
No medians. Anyway, it was just a thing. And despite the fact that it doesn't appear, I have gotten over it. I just haven't forgotten it. And to your point, Austin, about pruning fruit trees, less is more. So many, particularly peach trees, they get to the breakdown point if they're not pruned enough. You get all that incredible amounts of fruit out on the very ends of the branches. Then you have to stake them up to support the branches. You can avoid all of that if you prune properly. So, get the lessons that are out there. Didn't you do a pruning video a while back, Austin, on the Bates Botanical Network?
BNBBC?
Yeah, we did a pruning video. I'm not sure. It was a peach tree.
Yeah.
I think we did a couple. I'm not sure if it's even out there quite yet, but we'll get there.
You pruned my peach tree.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did prune yours.
And that was with my electric chainsaw that the cord kept falling out of.
Yes. That was highly annoying.
It was great.
Uh-huh. I was
So
yelling.
I mean, highly
all good
entertaining.
points,
trick.
Austin.
What's that?
All good points. I said all good points.
Yep.
Thank you for another dazzling contribution.
No problem. Thank y'all.
Wonderful. A lot of information. You packed it on in there.
Packed it in there.
We don't want to cut our witch hazels this time of year either.
Definitely not witch hazel either.
Yeah.
I thought about that as we brought some in the room. I was like, yeah, those are loaded with buds.
Yeah, mine is covered
So,
at my house.
Definitely don't want to cut on those.
No, you
Because
don't.
that show's about to come.
Yeah, it'll be here soon. They're one of the first to start blooming on my property. We did get an email sent in from Corey from the dog park. And yes, it's gorgeous winter jasmine that is blooming behind your dog. And then there's like a line of it in the background of that photo. Cute dog in that picture too.
You want me to throw it up there?
Throw it
you
up
want
there,
to,
Tyler.
All right, it'll take me a second, but I'll get it up there.
Yeah, a really underutilized winter plant. It is really puts on a show. And if it just goes to the point, if you plan your garden well, you can have color throughout the winter and throughout the year.
Yeah.
A lot of
There it is.
And look at that pupper.
Wow.
Look at that cute dog.
Yeah.
It's a doodle, man.
But then, in the background, you see those arching green stems. That's how you can really tell the difference between forsythia and winter jasmine. And that's a beautiful picture of winter jasmine behind that beautiful dog.
Kind of like a horseshoe planting looks like.
And that's a freshly clipped beautiful dog as well.
Very nice.
I tell you what, that application is like the application for winter jasmine, like along big long wood line or something, like as your big backdrop plant, because it stays green. Like David said earlier, like it doesn't have leaves through the wintertime, but its stems are arching green, so it gives you the illusion that it is an evergreen plant. So you've got that evergreen feel, and then this time of year when it lights up like that, it's just a mass of yellow. It is an underutilized plant. You talk about a plant that does not die, that's winter jasmine. Like you pretty much can't kill it.
And we have some here, which we will talk about soon. We got a live question in back to the dormant oil. Someone is asking what dormant oil is used for crepe myrtles.
It
Dormant
literally
oil.
says dormant oil. Yeah, I mean it's not really, or
it could be a horticultural oil, right?
people, the horticultural oil, I guess people would say, but you're really looking for that word dormant. That's kind of the word you're looking for. And like I said, most products right there on the label, it just says dormant oil on it. So that's really what you're after.
And the distinction between horticultural oil and dormant oil is that horticultural oil is much lighter. So
Finer.
it can be used on more tender plants in warmer weather. But right now, if you want to get the best effect, just get dormant oil. And it's the most generic thing in the horticultural selection. It could be any brand. It doesn't matter. Just
It's not
use it.
expensive either.
It's the most inexpensive thing,
Right.
and it really works. So it's the most underutilized tool in the arsenal for pest prevention going into spring. And so get it done now.
And Joyce says, I recently pruned my Tokyo Tower fringe trees. I needed to make them more symmetrical. They have never bloomed, so I wasn't worried about losing those blooms.
Well, hopefully
Well,
this
I
is
guess,
the year
yeah.
for you, Joyce, because, I mean, you did fine. If you needed to shape up, get the shape correct, like, I understand that, because that bugs me as well if you have something that's kind of lopsided or whatever. So if you need to go ahead and do that like you did nothing wrong. But I really hope your fringe tree blooms for you this year, because what's good's a fringe tree without blooms? Like,
Without
Maybe
the
she
fringes?
likes the shape
Without
of
the
leaves.
fringes. I mean, I guess it's okay, but the bloom is what you're after.
Well, you're all about flower power.
Gotta be.
We all know this about you.
Yes.
Love my
Speaking
French
of
tree.
flower power, Carol says, Austin, you were right. I shouldn't have doubted you. My camellia is blooming from all those dead-looking buds.
Hey, Carol.
Shout out to Carol. We love you.
We do love you,
Yep.
Carol. Mm-hmm. You were in here a couple weeks ago giving us hugs and all this stuff. You even gave us a gift card. How great was that?
Amazing.
So
Like,
nice.
that was
Yes.
fantastic. So, Carol, you're
So
awesome.
sweet.
We love you. And, yeah, I enjoy that camellia right now because they're pretty nice right now.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous plant.
Mm-hmm.
And then from Martha Ann Hood, Martha says, hello, Bates friends.
Hey,
Or
Martha.
Bates
Hello,
folks.
Martha
I bought one of your small Alberta spruce Christmas trees. I may have kept it inside for too long. Needles are falling off some places. Others are soft and alive. Should I trim it and carry on, or is it just a long goodbye?
I hope not, but I really don't like whenever needles start dropping on dwarf Alberta spruce. It's usually not a good sign. But I will say dwarf Alberta spruce has 1 billion needles on it. Okay, so if you do lose some, it's probably not the end of the world, but we need to get it outside. I mean, yeah, it's definitely time to be out. There's not much you can do. I don't really want you to trim on it very much. I mean, let it be. We just got to wait it out and see how it flushes in the spring.
Is it wet?
It's a cold weather plant. You know, it can be left out in a container on top of the ground all winter long.
Oh,
as long
yeah.
as you keep it watered. Now, what may occur, I've heard you mention in there, I believe, regarding the incidence of browning needles at the bottom. I don't know that those will put back on. I don't know that they won't. Water it thoroughly, get it out in the sun, don't move it in. It doesn't even matter what the cold weather conditions are. They are a zone 2 hardy. They will not freeze out here. So leave it outside, let it adjust to its more accustomed climes. And then if you need to in the spring, I doubt seriously it's dead, but it may be necessary, and I'm talking about up in May, if you don't see any recurrence of new shoots or new buds coming out of those browned limbs, you may need to simply limb it up. And, you know, it may not be the form you intended, but it's not dead. And it'll come back out and it'll grow back over that. In a few years, it'll be back down full again. So just bear with it. And I think you'll be amazed at how much it'll come back.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, to future you, a note to future you, Martha Ann, don't do that.
Hey, Rowan is on. He's live this
Rowan.
morning, and he's asking, where's your pansy killer shirt?
Oh, it's in the room.
But not
It's
on
here.
your body.
It's not on me right now. No, that was my dunce cap from last week I had to wear. I don't want to relive that. Look, Tyler's
Tyler's got
still
it.
here. Rowan?
Tyler, I wish you were wearing it.
Yeah.
Never forget.
Yeah. Don't worry, Rowan. It's with us all the time. Thanks again,
And
Joyce, for
those
that.
pansies aren't dead.
No, they're not dead. No, I looked at
But
them
they
this
just
morning.
don't look
They don't look great.
They're on the ropes.
They're on the
They're going to
ropes.
make a recovery.
It's all right.
They
Once,
will.
once they flush, I'm going to get y'all a pick. It's going
PK
to be all
Kev.
good.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. But thanks for chiming in, Rowan. Good to hear from you this morning. bud.
Yeah.
Additional support for Gardening Inside Out is brought to you by Bates Nursery, a 4th-generation garden center located in Nashville, Tennessee, offering the widest selection of plants and gardening supplies, from large trees to houseplants and seeds to soil. Their knowledgeable staff will assist you with all your gardening needs. Open year-round, minutes from the heart of Nashville in beautiful Whites Creek, Tennessee. Browse their selection online anytime at batesnursery.com. Bates Nursery and Garden Center, beautifying Nashville since 1932.
We have quite a few live questions in, and then we'll get to some photos, but let's get these questions here so we make sure we answer them. Elena's asking, what about oakleaf hydrangeas? Cut back now or later?
Hey, good question, Elena. So they
Elaine.
do, huh?
I said Elena. It's Elaine.
Elaine. Okay. Great question. Yes. You can shorten oakleaf hydrangea. We don't want to cut it to the dirt, okay? They do bloom off that old wood, but oakleaf hydrangea has a way of getting very big on us, okay? So if you did need to shorten it a little bit because it's like encroaching or whatever, like you can certainly get that done now, and you probably should, because it's still, as long as there's some stems up, it's going to bloom off of that wood. So I do understand the oakleaf. It gets crazy big in a hurry. So if you need to shorten it now, you certainly can. Do know you're going to, lose some of those blooms in the summer, but it's a flowering machine. Like if you cut it in half, you're going to still get a great show next summer. So,
and mine at my house, we have to cut them to the ground about every 5 to 7 years. And, you just sacrifice the flowers for that 1 year, and it will not kill them. So if they're just really getting out of bounds, don't be afraid to cut them. The only sacrifice is perhaps flowers on that 1 year. Maybe all it needs is being limbed on the side to get it off the driveway or walk pass or that kind of thing. But don't be afraid to trim them. They'll be fine.
They'll be okay. And then Carol is asking, can winter jasmine tolerate shade? It could be the answer for my tree line.
Yes, winter jasmine is totally fine in some shade. It blooms whenever the leaves aren't on the trees yet. So a lot of times you're not going to see a ton of shade for the most part. I don't know what you got around there or whatever, but for the most part, the leaves are not going to have, or the trees are not going to have leaves on them. So whenever they're really wanting to flower and needing that more of that sun, then they'll be able to get it this time of year. And then whenever they just have leaves, they're very tolerant of shade. They'll just kind of sit there for the rest of the year.
Well, Carol, it looks like we've solved that for you.
Carol.
And
There's
then
4 of them right here.
Come on, Carol. Let's see you today. And then one bright light TN says, can dormant oil be used on conifers? Anything to spray to prevent bagworms?
You're not going to use dormant oil on conifers to prevent bagworms. Doesn't work that way, unfortunately. And also, too, there are some certain conifers. One that comes to mind is like blue spruce. Like they do not like an oil on their needles at all. I would honestly just avoid even thinking about dormant oil on your conifers, okay? Like early next spring, we can apply a preventative for bagworms that's going to be way more helpful for you than any dormant oil would.
No later than Father's Day.
Yeah.
And plus, when you apply an oil to blue spruce in particular, they become decidedly less blue.
Yes.
So you don't want that to happen. You got a blue spruce, keep it blue.
Keep it blue. Yep. All right, let's get to some listener photos.
Okay.
We're going to start with Colin. Colin's email says, sexiest knees on the planet, prove me wrong.
Uh-oh.
He's not talking about his.
I know what kind of knees you talking about.
Oh.
Yeah, look at them swamps. Are you out in Louisiana?
Florida.
He was in Florida,
Down in Florida?
Hey, do you know how you know if there's alligators in the water in Florida?
How, Josh?
It's wet.
It's wet.
There's probably one lurking around them knees right now, about to bite a knee.
Anaconda down there.
No, I don't like that.
Wow.
But that's a beautiful picture.
That is gorgeous. And Colin says, many happy returns of the day. P.S. Austin is the dirt rolling goat.
Oh, that's a good point. I do rolling dirt sometimes.
And then our next photo/video comes from Pam.
Pam
says, what's in bloom? Linton roses.
Oh, already?
And then she has a little video of
There
her
you
bee
go.
working hard.
I didn't
on
quite
this gorgeous
get
day.
the video up, but we've
Look how
got
vibrant
evidence
that is.
of the bee. I'm zooming in, enhance.
Oh, wow.
Enhance.
There
You can tell it's been warm here
Yes,
in
you
January.
can.
If you got honeybees out on a Linton rose,
I love that color too.
that's
That
a
one.
beautiful plant.
Yeah.
It is.
I
Great
mean,
contrast.
Except
really
you're
good.
mad at it a lot of the time.
Like I
Because
said
the
last
blooms
week,
turn
though,
down.
these new cultivars are coming out where them blooms are poking up a little bit more than they used to. Pam, I'm not mad at you. I love you, Pam.
We do love you, Pam. We all pause to think about that. Hey, Carol is on her way here. Maybe
cool.
not right now, but she says, yay, see you soon.
All right.
I'm excited.
We'll save some of
see
these
ya.
winter jasmine for you.
Yes, we will. I think we've got 6 or 8, so we've got plenty.
All right.
Plenty. And let's go ahead and get to a couple more questions. I got to switch pages. All right, overhauling our landscaping. When is the best time to plant big bushes and trees?
Yeah,
Now.
now's the
Do
time for
it
a lot
now.
of this stuff. Well, like I said, come out first off. If you're doing a big project like this, it's helpful to come out and like chat with
Plant.
us. Like let us, kind of work through some design maybe topics or whatever. Like kind of help you, figure some stuff out. So, and then let's talk about some of the plants you might want to get in if you were to decide or you think you want some sort of plants that we deem is like, you may wait at least until
How
the
big
weather
is
warms up.
big, man?
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
If you
I
buy
mean-
them big now and they keep getting bigger, you're going to be fitting it into that spot again.
Yeah. It
So,
just depends.
plan,
It depends on what it is.
plan.
Yeah, we'll plan it out. But like I said, we will let you know if it's not the greatest time to plant something. But for the most part, I mean, I would say 90% of our stock is like, it's time to get it now. And that way it can really establish a root system and really get going and help, find its own water next summer. So you hopefully don't have to be watering all that much.
That's right.
So yeah, let's do it.
And in addition to that, part of what you mentioned there, Austin, is that the advanced planning is critical to it. If you, Josh, as you like to say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And then it doesn't necessarily mean abject failure in the horticultural world, but if you're going to plant these large anchor plants, these specimens, it's really easier to know where they're going to go, what you're going to use, and specifically where they're going to be placed in the landscape. Because they're big, you may need to get those in first. And by planning, you're going to be assured of getting the right thing in the right place the first time.
Yes.
And that could save you a lot of stress down the line. Rome wasn't built in a day.
It took 3 days.
Probably wasn't built in a century or many centuries. But what the deal is that if you make that plan and you get the right choices in place, then the smaller plants are comparatively easy to work in around them.
Because the big ones are going to be there all long time, folks.
That's a great point. When you're landscaping, start big, work small, y'all.
Choose wisely. All right, folks. The music means that this edition of Gardening Inside Out is coming
That was quick.
It was. It was like an hour. I mean, it's just crazy. But next Saturday we'll be right back here from the Green Room Studios here, and we would love for you to participate. Hey, during the week you can catch the podcast. It publishes on Wednesdays. Like, subscribe, share, tell the whole world, because we want to keep doing this for you, and we're going to, but it helps if you hit all those buttons for us. Hey, for everybody here at Gardening Inside Out, we'll see you right here next Saturday morning.
Thank you for listening to Gardening Inside Out. It's hard to believe we're into our 3rd year as a podcast, and we love hearing from you as we learn who our listeners are and what y'all enjoy about it. If you love the show, we greatly appreciate any likes, follows, shares, or word of mouth recommendations. If you've already done so, thank you for your support. There's many ways to get in touch with us, so send us a text with the fan mail feature or email gardeninginsideout@gmail.com. Happy gardening and see you next week.